Hi, I'm Scott Cook, your helpful property manager and multifamily broker. Welcome to the Property Maintenance Minute. Each month I walk owners through one preventative step that saves real money. Today it's air conditioning. Of course, the worst time to think about your AC is the first 100-degree day of the year. We'll start with homes and condos, and then I'll show multifamily investors the actual dollar value that properly maintaining your AC unit adds to your property value. So, starting with homes and condos, three things. First, check your air filter. Hold it to the light. If you can't see through it, swap it. A clogged filter strains the whole system. Second, test the system on a mild day before the heat wave. You want cold air within a few minutes. Third, clear the outdoor condenser room, 2 feet of breathing room. One note for condo owners, check your HOA documents first because the association may own that equipment or the space around it. If you've hired a property management company, like mine in San Diego, they should be inspecting your property often enough to ensure that the landscaping and other things aren't blocking the breathability of the AC unit. Now, if your residents do the landscaping and even maintaining of the AC unit, some owners leave extra filters on the property so the residents can change the filters quarterly. But communicate with the residents and make sure that they are leaving the area around the condenser unit and the AC unit free of debris. It's only going to benefit them. They'll be happier, and you won't have unhappy residents that move out. And then you've got turnover costs, vacancy, lease up fees, things like that. So, what are do it yourself projects and what's a pro job? On the left are things you can handle: filters, rinsing the condenser, clearing clutter, vents, thermostat. That's all you. On the right is licensed pro territory: the annual refrigerant, coil check, electrical connections, and anything that sounds, smells, or behaves strangely. If the system is 10 years or older, let's get it on an annual tune up program. That visit's going to run you around $150 to $200. And let's keep that number in mind because it's about to matter a lot. Now, for multifamily investors watching, this is where it gets interesting. Across a portfolio of units, AC maintenance isn't just an expense line, it's a lever on your net operating income and through your cap rate on the value of the building itself. Let me show you the actual math per unit. So here are the per unit numbers straight from 2026 industry data. A well-maintained AC unit lasts 15 to 20 years, a neglected one 10 to 12. That's roughly 5 to 7 extra years of life for properly having it maintained, which you got to do anyway. The cost to protect it, about $150 to $200 a year in service. For multifamily buildings, it's cheaper because of the charge just to drive there. So then it's cheaper per unit after that. The cost when it fails, $5,000 to $7,000 per unit to replace, plus a unit full of unhappy tenants in July. Now let's watch what that does to your property value. So here's the lever. A neglected unit gets replaced about every 11 years. Spread that $6,000 cost out, and you're reserving roughly $500 per year per unit, with more emergencies and repairs along the way, plus an unhappy resident. And again, we go back to let's try to avoid the turnover fees, vacancy, lease up fees, all those extra fees just from properly maintaining the unit and keeping our residents happy. A well serviced unit lasts about 18 years. Even adding in the service cost, your annualized number is lower and far more predictable. Conservatively, you're protecting about $400 of NOI per year per unit. Now divide that by a 4.5% cap rate. That single serviced unit adds about $8,900 to your property value. Across 10 units, that's nearly $89,000 in value created by maintenance you're going to have to do anyway. So this is where I'll insert a shameless plug to hire a quality property management company like mine to handle those preventative maintenance items and easily pay for the management through increased property value. Also, as a multifamily broker, it helps us achieve a higher sale price and easier due diligence when the property is well maintained. So here's the takeaway. For a homeowner, this prevents a July crisis. For an investor, every dollar of NOI you protect gets multiplied into your property's value at the cap rate. It's the same hour of work, but for multifamily, it's a value play, not a cost. So thank you for listening. Have a cool and pleasant summer.